Hi guys, how's it going? Today I want to speak about the subject of, is it better to be good at one thing or versatile in many areas? Well, that's a big debate that's basically happening pretty much all the time, really, because a lot of times people say you got to be specialized in one thing, do it better than everybody else, and then you'll be successful, which is true. But sometimes I also think too, just because I've come from Europe, that just the way that schooling is and that a lot of things are back in Europe, we tend to become good at multiple things, but never a master of one thing. And that's where things kind of change between Americans and Europeans. And I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but that's one thing that I've noticed here, is that many times people are very, very good, even extraordinary at one thing, but then they're not very versatile about other things, be it about knowledge of things or be it about just anything in general, really. But then they excel so much at a certain subject that they are able to maybe make a lot of money from that, or they are able to do things way, way better than in Europe. So there is some truth to being an expert at something, because if you are an expert at something, then basically nobody can beat you at that, be it any subject, be it any trade, be it anything. But then at the same time, you're kind of closing yourself off to the rest of the world and to the rest of what is basically possible to be learned. And that's also sad. So I say this. I think that it's somewhere in between. There is some level of expertise that you need to have in some fields. Like if you're a mechanic, you need to be a mechanic. You need to know how to do that better than anybody else in some way. Maybe not better than anybody else, but at least better than, 90% of people will say, for that specific brand or for whatever you're trying to fix, exotic cars, vans, whatever it is. So that's where it gets very interesting to me, is the fact that you can still have a lot of knowledge about history, science, be curious about other things. It's kind of like saying, hey, I only run, I never walk. But what if you can't run that day and you have to walk? You better be able to learn how to walk. That kind of goes that way too. So I'm a believer that, you should, let's say if you're studying something and you need to be an expert at it, yes, study it, do it, but maybe not 12 hours a day, so that your day is not just filled with that particular thing, and maybe put it in like 6 hours a day or 7 hours a day, and then a little bit of it you still give it to other stuff, so that you can also be versatile, because it's not good to also be ignorant about the rest of the world. You need to know a little bit about politics. You need to know a little bit about finances or math. You need to know a little bit about mechanics, at least enough to know how to change a tire, change your oil, understand a few basic things so that you know how to maintain your car to a minimum, so that even if you have a new car, you're not just dumb about it and you run without oil or you run without water and you break a perfectly good car that with 2 seconds of checking once in a while could have led to having you would not have broken down, basically. So I'm not saying to become experts at everything, but I'm telling you to be versatile enough and open enough to be willing to maybe even learn some skills that you would not have thought you would have learned, and you might actually enjoy doing too, but then become also an expert at some sort of trade, but maybe not put in just 100% of your effort at that thing and just know that, because the world is not made of one color, the world is not made of one thing. The world is basically made of many things. It's like saying I only eat rice. One there's spaghetti, one there's vegetables, one there's many other kind of different foods, you know. So that's all I have to say. Hope you enjoyed my talk, and we'll see each other in the next video. Bye.